Hi, today we're gonna test the KMK firmware, which is used to program keyboards using MicroPython, and that's what I'm doing. I am building a keyboard using this board, the KB2040, which supports MicroPython. I'm gonna try it to program this keyboard, and if you haven't seen it, there is another video where I installed MicroPython in here, so go check it if you want. And if you want to, of course, see how we build this keyboard, make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the notifications to get the information about those builds. And so I have here the firmware. I'll leave this link in the description box down below. And what I'm gonna go is actually just go to the getting started part. Let's go straight to the point, getting started, and here you will see that you can download actually the firmware. So the first thing we need to do is to actually get a copy of the KMK software. So if you click here, it will start downloading. I already have it here. Well, this is my board, but I already have it here. So this is what I downloaded actually, and what we will do, it's pretty simple actually. What we will do is I am going to grab the KMK folder as well as the boot.py file. These two files, I'm just gonna put them in the root directory in my board, in the CircuitPy drive, which is actually my board. So let's do that. So I just dragged and dropped these files, start downloading. And in the meantime, if I showed in the previous video how we can use mu editor to actually code our board for our board, or write the software for our board. So that's what I'm going to use here, and this link here has an example. So let's grab this code here, and I'm going to modify. I'm going to modify this file that was already here, the code.py file that was already in my board. If you want to see how to open that file, you just have to click the load button, go to your board and select code.py. So this is what I have right now. This is a simple hello world example. So what I'm doing is I am pasting that example to use the actual firmware. You can see here we are importing the firmware, the KMK firmware or classes. And basically what it says here, try D5 for these boards, or D6 for these other boards. And this is what you have to do, is actually find which pins you could use in your specific board. In this case, for the KB2040, I know that D5 is actually a good pin, and D6. So what we're doing is here, similar to the KMK firmware, we have to define columns and rows. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually change these to D5, and for the row pins I'm gonna just use the D6, just like that. And pretty much that should be it. Now I'm gonna save this, and the software should come to the script should come to the board, and we should be able to use this button here to simulate a click of the keyboard. And if you see here, the buttons are, the button is connected one side to the pin number 5, and the other wire is connected to pin 6, which is what I just coded there, right? So let's save it, and this will download. And of course, I can go see here. I can come here and see that the KMK folder is already there, as well as the boot.py files. So I'm gonna click Control D, and it did a soft reboot, and we can now test the button and see that it's not working actually. We can put the cursor here, and there it is. Now we are typing an A. So we can see that this firmware is working. For instance, if I type an E here, in the keyboard.keymap, I modified for this key, the key E. So let me reload. Control D. It reloaded. Then let's put the cursor there, and let's click this button again, and now we have an E every time I click this button. So yeah, we can see that it's working. This is pretty exciting. Now we can use this firmware and this software to actually develop our keyboard, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start building this keyboard. I already have a lot of pieces, and actually, if you see, I put some headers here. I soldered some headers in the keyboard because that's what I'm gonna be this is what I'm gonna be using actually to build the keyboard. So this is how I need it. I need the board to be upside down. So that's why I soldered this thing here, because I'm gonna put this board, I'm gonna put it like this on the PCB, which I already have here and I have already manufactured. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel to see how we build this keyboard. It's gonna be super exciting.